Let me ask you something that might sting a little. Why are you still broke? Not in a judgmental way, not in a condescending way, but in the way a mirror asks you to look deeper, past the surface, past the excuses, past the stories you've been telling yourself. Because if you're honest, brutally honest, you felt it, that quiet panic when your card gets declined, that sinking feeling when rent is due and your chount is gasping for air, that shame when you pretend you're just not hungry because you can't afford lunch. And maybe you've told yourself it's just bad luck, the economy, your job, your upbringing. And maybe some of that is true. But what if I told you there are deeper reasons, shocking reasons, hidden truths that no one talks about? And once you see them, you can't unsee them. Once you face them, you can fix them. Fast. I remember sitting in a cramped room with peeling paint and a mattress on the floor. My phone buzzed with another overdraft alert. I had dreams, big ones, but they felt like distant stars, beautiful and unreachable. I worked hard. I hustled. I did everything I thought I was supposed to do. And yet, I was broke. Not just financially, emotionally, spiritually. I was tired of surviving, tired of pretending, tired of watching life happen to other people while I stood on the sidelines. And then, one night, I asked myself the question that changed everything. What am I doing that's keeping me broke? The answers didn't come all at once. They came slowly, painfully, like peeling back layers of denial, like waking up from a dream you didn't know you were in. The first truth hit me hard. I was spending to feel significant. Every new pair of shoes, every night out, every impulse buy. It wasn't about the item. It was about the feeling, the illusion of control, the momentary escape from the reality I didn't want to face. I was trading long-term freedom for short-term validation. And it was costing me everything. Then came the second truth. I didn't know where my money was going. I avoided my bank app like it was haunted. I lived in financial fog. I thought budgeting was for boring people. But the truth? Not tracking your money is like driving blindfolded. You might move, but you'll crash. Every time. The third truth was even darker. I was addicted to comfort. I hated being broke, but I feared change more. I stayed in jobs that drained me. I avoided learning new skills. I told myself I wasn't tech-savvy or business-minded. But really, I was scared. Scared of failing. Scared of trying. Scared of becoming someone new. And then I saw it. The fourth truth. I was surrounded by broke mindsets. Friends who laughed at saving. Family who believed wealth was for other people. Conversations filled with complaints, not solutions. I didn't realize how much my environment was shaping my beliefs, how much my circle was my ceiling. The fifth truth was subtle, but deadly. I valued my time. I didn't value my time. I traded hours for pennies. I scrolled endlessly. I binge-watched shows while my dreams gathered dust. I said yes to distractions and no to discipline. I treated time like it was infinite. But time is the most expensive currency, and I was bankrupt. The sixth truth was wrapped in pride. I refused to ask for help. I thought struggling alone was noble. I thought vulnerability was weakness. But isolation is a trap. Wealth is built in community, in mentorship, in learning from others. And I was too proud to grow. And the seventh truth was buried in fear. I didn't invest. Not in stocks. Not in myself. Not in anything that didn't give instant results. I wanted guarantees, safety, certainty. But wealth doesn't grow in comfort zones. It grows in risk,
in patience, in planting seeds you won't see sprout for years. The eighth truth was disguised as logic. I believed I needed more income to start saving. I told myself I'll save when I earn more. But saving isn't about income. It's about intention. Even $5 saved is a declaration, a vote for your future. And I was voting for delay. The ninth truth was emotional. I tied my worth to my wallet. When I was broke, I felt broken. I avoided relationships, opportunities, joy. I believed I didn't deserve abundance. And that belief shaped my reality. Because money isn't just numbers, it's identity. It's the story you tell yourself about who you are and what you're worth. And the 10th truth, the most shocking of all, I didn't believe I could change. I thought my past defined me, my mistakes, my failures, my upbringing. I thought wealth was for the lucky, the privileged, the chosen. But that's a lie, a dangerous lie, because the moment you believe you're stuck, you stop trying, you stop growing, you stop living. But here's the miracle. Every one of those truths can be rewritten. Every one of those habits can be broken. Every one of those chains can be shattered. I started tracking my spending. Not perfectly, just consistently. I faced the numbers. I built a budget. I gave every dollar a job. And slowly, the fog lifted. I stopped spending to feel significant. I found worth in progress, in discipline, in showing up for myself. I learned that true confidence isn't bought, it's built. I changed my circle. I sought out mentors, podcasts, books, people who spoke the language of growth, people who challenged me, who inspired me, who reminded me that wealth is a mindset before it's a bank balance. I valued my time, I created routines, I said no to distractions, I treated every hour like an investment, and the returns were exponential. I asked for help. I joined communities. I shared my struggles. And in that vulnerability, I found strength. I found strategy. I found support. I invested. Not recklessly, not blindly, but intentionally. I learned. I experimented. I failed. I tried again. And over time, my money started working harder than I did. I saved, even when it hurt, even when it felt pointless. And those small deposits became a foundation, a safety net, a symbol of belief. I rewrote my identity. I stopped calling myself broke. I started calling myself building. I stopped saying I can't and started asking, how can I? I stopped waiting for change and became the change. And now I'm telling you, you can do the same. You are not your past. You are not your paycheck. You are not your mistakes. You are possibility. You are potential. You are power. So if you're still broke, don't just look at your income. Look at your habits, your beliefs, your environment, your choices. Because money is never just about money. It's about who you become in the process of earning it, saving it, growing it. And the fix, it starts now. Not tomorrow, not next year, now. With one decision, one habit, one step. Because the truth is, you're not stuck. You're just starting. And that changes everything.